everyone, it's Carrie from Next Time Craft Studio. This week's video is all things green and botanical. I've got 5 thrift flips and DIYs for you. Let's go see.
First up, we have our green seaglass beaded garland. So I was working on this as a project before, but I really didn't like it because I didn't like the tassels and there was too much space in between the beads. So here I'm just going to take it apart and use some other larger wood beads that you can see there and use a completely different tassel as well and some cotton macrame cord instead of the hemp. This tassel was just from my stash. The color matches really well with the sea glass color African glass beads that we're using here. So this is just a rayon, which is a fake silk basically, and it has a really nice movement to it instead of the kind of cotton ones that I had made before. To start, I'll tie the macrame cord to the tassel and I'll cut the macrame longer than the amount that I want the garland for. You want to have a longer length just in case, because you can always cut it down, but you can't add more, of course. So I'm not using a needle here, but you could use a large big eye needle or one of the needles where the whole thing opens up to be able to fit larger cording in. But what I did is I just used a bit of wax to kind of harden and point the end of the macrame cord to go through the beads properly. Otherwise, it just kept getting caught inside. So you can use that trick as well. These wooden beads aren't the highest quality, and I ended up having to use the broken end of a knitting needle to kind of push through the hole so I could get the cording through. Now that we've reached the end, we're ready for our tag. And I wanted a metal tag for mine, but you could use wood or cardstock or something like that. So I'm stamping by hand into a copper piece, and afterwards I'm going to sand and polish it. And here's the finished piece. I've just styled it with some items from my home. Please let me know in the comments what you think of this one. Now we'll be making a cute fairy bridge terrarium. This little bridge was in a $2 pack of random craft things at Value Village, so it was about 25 cents. I'm filling the bottom with some leftover little river rock stones and then putting some moss and lichen on top. You can add all sorts of things to terrariums for decor. I've added some crystals, some stones, and some little glass pebbles. I felt like this needed a little bit more, so I grabbed some dead sticks from the backyard, and I found some chive flowers and lily of the valley as well. I am so happy with how this turned out. I hope you guys love it too. And here's it with some fairy lights as well. And now the black wire metal basket. If you watched my first video, you'll recognize this basket from the thrift haul. I got it for $2.99 at Value Village. I really liked how this looked and didn't want to change it, so I'm just going to use a Rust-Oleum clear coat spray to just seal the color in from the outdoors and prevent it from rusting any further. I bought a roll of coconut fiber, and I'm just going to cut a rectangle to fit inside the basket. I'm adding some small herbs that I got from a local greenhouse. I was going to use some red creeping thyme from my own garden, but unfortunately the roots weren't very good, so I just ended up going and grabbing a little bundle of chives that I have. And here's the completed piece. Pretty simple. So you can use it outdoors, or you can see here that I tried it indoors as well with potted pothos. Next is the copper-plated metal stenciled cup. I found a whole bunch of stencil packs at Michael's in the clearance section, and these herb ones are perfect for this project.
That's the perimeter alarm. Let's go see what's going on. Are you inspecting? It's just Kannika. She likes to see what I'm working on. She got bored though and went to go have a nap. I'm just using some black mineral paint and a sponge brush with this stencil. What's great about these stencils is that they're sticky and they can be put on curved objects, unlike some of those harder plastic stencils that you can find. I will put links and names of all the supplies that I'm using in the video description below. This stencil can be placed on the backing and reused over and over again. Well, what do you think? Should I end up sealing this as a complete project, or do you think I should redo it so that they're a little more perfect and there's no bleed through, or do it in another color entirely? Just let me know in the comments below. On to our final project, metal trunk feet hangers. If you watched my first video, you'll recognize these from my antique store haul. I think these were $2 a piece. I hope you're all okay that I'm doing something very simple with this project. As soon as I saw these, I knew that they needed to be little tiny tiallandsia holders, so I'm using 4 different cords from Michaels and doing them a couple different lengths. I'm just tying them together and then knotting them on top. And here they are finished and displayed in my home. I put a wood dowel across 2 shelves and they hang really nicely in the window there. You can do something similar, or you can hang them from a curtain rod because they're really light. I hope you make some of your own green and botanical DIYs and thrift flips this summer. If you want to be notified of new videos, hit that bell icon, and please like and subscribe. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.